Hey everybody, Jason Waffle here again from Shure Pro Audio Market Development Team. Thanks again to Sound Devices for including us here at Sound Summit 2020. In this video, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about Twinplex. Twinplex is Shure's most recent top-tier lav offering, designed to attract customers from the theater, live, broadcast, and especially film and TV markets. I'm currently wearing a TL47 right here inside my polo shirt, connected to this ADX1 body pack. And that's talking to this receiver right here, and you're hearing that funneled through. If you saw my Axion Digital video, I was also using this exact same lavalier setup. So a small taste of sound quality for you. We're going to do very little doctoring to this video in terms of sound for that reason alone, so that you can hear the quality of Twinplex in and of itself. So I like to tell people that to remember what Twinplex is all about is just to remember the name, Twinplex. And so we're going to start with the first half, which is twin. And twin is a naming nod to the all brand new omnidirectional dual diaphragm element design. So it's an omnidirectional lavalier. There's actually two microphone diaphragms that are opposite faced side firing. And what this does is creates a very large surface area in what is a very similar sized lav element for capturing a much more robust sound quality in terms of low end being super robust and a very crisp, clear high end. And you get twice the surface area because there's actually two elements inside this little lav capsule. Additionally, it creates an unprecedented off-axis consistency. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you here briefly. I'm going to kind of turn my head a little bit to the left, and we're going to bring my head back to center and then back to the right. If you were a newscaster or you had another element on that was placed center here, kind of in between these pins, you can see the light hits it now, you would notice a bit more of a change than you do with this Twinplex in terms of the off-axis consistency. Additionally, we made sure that it had a very low noise floor and a super high max SPL, and it's properly shielded and grounded to deal with digital modulation transmitters like our Axion Digital, so you don't have any hum or buzz with a digital transmitter. So that's the twin portion, right? The dual diaphragm element, so the twin capsules that are inside that one capsule head. The next portion is plex. And plex is a nod to our all-new cable design, the plex cable. And the plex cable design is took about 5 years, from my understanding, to build. And it's a spiraled, dual redundant, grounded internal wiring. So inside of this cable that's running down my shirt is two actually spiraled cables that have dual redundant grounding. Essentially what this means is that you would have to pinch, bend, break, crack, destroy your cable in the same spot twice in the exact same place before your cable would fail. So one bad pinch is not going to fail on your cable. You'd have to do the exact same thing in the exact same spot one more time for that cable to fail. So we did a ton of testing on this in terms of like cable weight machine, where we twisted this cable with a big weight on the end, ran through all of the major competitors on the market, and the Twinplex cable, I don't remember the number specifically, but it was an absurd amount more of flexes on this cable weight machine, just based on the cable design alone. So it's incredibly robust and very durable. Additionally, we made sure that the cable had a couple other features. The first one is that it's got no memory effect. So if you wrap this cable tightly, put it in a case, and you go to take it out, when you unwind it, it's not going to have those circles that you're used to seeing. It's got no memory effect whatsoever, which is incredible. When you go to hide that lav, when you go to place that lav, if you have to do some weird thing where you wrap it around a boom pole for some reason, it's not going to keep that memory, right? Once you take it off of that, it's going to be right back to a very loose, relaxed, flat cable consistency. The entire jacket of the cable, as well as the capsule heads, are paintable. So while we offer them in a lot of colors, which I'm going to get into later, if you need a custom colored lav, you can paint this cable. It's completely paintable. It also is highly resistant to stiffening and cracking and breaking and getting corroded. So it's almost medical grade cable is what we kind of took some notes from in terms of how how effective it is at limiting breakage, cracking, dryness. The cable is going to feel new for a very long time. So that's plex, as in the two redundant grounded cables that go through. So twin, dual diaphragm element, plex, the dual redundant cables that come inside the very, very robust cable system. Additionally, the entire unit has a super hydrophobic nanocoating, is the word that our engineers tell us. Essentially, it's got a lot of water and humidity resistant coating on it, so that sweat and debris are resistant to getting inside the element as well as affecting the cable or the connectors. So that's Twinplex. The last thing is, it wouldn't be a Shure product if it didn't have an absurd amount of options. So the Twinplex family has 5 different types of lavaliers. They're all very similar in features, but they have different options in terms of tailored EQ models. One for speech, one for if you're hiding the element underneath your clothing and you need a little bit of a high EQ boost. One that's very flat, just a very flat EQ'd lavalier. A 1.1 millimeter cable or a 1.6 millimeter cable. They come in 4 colors standard: black, tan, cocoa, and white. And they all can be a different sort of pinout. So you can get 3-pin LEMO, you can get TA4F, you can get microdot, you can get unterminated, or you can get an XLR preamp as well. So the microdot option, if you have a TA5, we have a TA5 to microdot connector if you're looking for that type of connection. Oh, and we have a massive accessory package. So you can get an accessory kit that's got tie clip, vampire clip, dual tie clip, liftaways, windscreens, different EQ caps. So if you want to pop the cap off that you bought the lav with and put a flat cap on or put a presence cap on, you can change the EQ a bit with some of these EQ caps that we have in the accessory kit. Stickies where you can mount the lavalier to skin. And then there's also a headset option that I forgot to talk about. So it's got the headset mount and a boom pole that comes down. That's the TH53. So a really awesome new top tier lav offering that sounds incredible, has all the options you could possibly want, and is incredibly durable and reliable. Give Twinplex a shot. If you need a demo, if you have questions, if you need information, please reach out to myself or anybody with the Shure Pro team. Again, Sound Devices, thank you for having me. Thank you guys for being here. Talk soon. Bye.